Hi everyone. Another Christmas card, another favourite one of mine this year, has been this snowflake card that I have made and I'm demonstrating. This is made with another woodware stamp. I don't know if you can see this. It's a snowflake medley background, which is just fabulous. It's really detailed, but it's actually quite a larger stamp, so you can cover more area quickly instead of just one single snowflake. So what I've created with this is I've used it as a background. Can you see it here in the background? But I've also done some resist with it here. So there's two different techniques on this card, and I just love this. This is really, I just love the blues and the greens together. I think it's really Christmassy, especially with a snowflake. So this is watercolour stamping in the background and some resist. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do these two techniques. Okay, so we are going to start with two pieces of card, my larger one for my background, and then I've cut a smaller mat. So my large one, I'm going to do my watercolour stamping of my snowflakes in the background. I'm going to need 2 ink pads for this, Distress inks again, and I'm using Tumble Glass and Crushed Olive. Tumble Glass is a really lovely, vibrant, bright blue, and Crushed Olive is just my new green, which I just adore. So what I'm going to do on my craft sheet, 2 squidges of my ink pads, and you want them to be next to each other, but you don't want them to be touching. So that's just 2 onto my craft sheet. Oh, I've just realised I've done them out of range, you can't really see them, but let's go ahead. I'm going to take my water spray. Now this is just water, there is nothing else in here other than water. And I'm going to go ahead and spritz until we get bigger droplets you can see here in the inks. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my stamp and place half of it into the ink. I'm going to place it in and then we're going to wiggle it. We're just going to do a little wiggle. Can you see that? This is something I learned from Sherry Carroll from Hero Arts, and it's just a fab technique. So we just place this in and we wiggle, and then I'm just going to tap off my excess at the side, then go to my cardstock and press down. Now the reason I tap off excess, if you've got lots of water on here, if you go and tap it direct onto your cardstock, you get 2 bigger blobs and the definition of the stamp doesn't come through. So you can see now how that is. You see that? And look at all the different colour tones. So I'm going to go back in, half of it in one side of the stamp, in one side of the ink, twist it around, get different colours on that side, tap off my excess, and because this is a clear stamp, of course, you can see exactly where you are stamping. Go back in, wiggle, twist it around, wiggle. The more you do, the less you'll have to actually stamp off the excess. And then press down, go in, wiggle, turn it around, wiggle, and just finish off that little corner there. And you can see how we've now created really lovely soft background with your snowflakes. There is another way to do this. What you can do is you can use your stamp, put your stamp pads directly onto here and spritz your stamp. But the problem I found with that is that you have to keep re-inking, you have to keep spritzing, it takes ages. So use your craft sheet. Use it onto your craft sheet, spritz it once, and I could keep on going. You know, if I wanted to do more of this, for example, I could just do the other side, I could keep on going. These 2 little blobs of ink on your craft sheet will just keep on going. And if you want to refresh it, just spritz another bit of water into it. So you can see now. And the more you do, the different effects that you get. Twist it around, wiggle, twist it around, and finish off that little corner. So you can see now we're getting a softer green. See if this camera of mine will pick it up. It's not like when I'm on QVC shows and it focuses automatically. It's not going to do it, I don't think. Let me just let it refocus. Oh, this camera. Oh, come on. Hello, why are you not focusing? Let me just play around with this 1 second. Just bear with me. Let's see if I can get this. Here we go. Come on. Oh, here we go. There we go. We're back on. We're back on. It's a funny thing. So now you can see, so that's the second lot that we've stamped. So you've got a more greener look, and that's the first one that we've stamped. So you've got some blues and greens coming through. So you can see the different looks. And can you see how I love this stamp? I just adore it. It is gorgeous. So that's watercolour stamping using your craft sheet. And that's how we have got the background layer to the back of our card. I'm now going to go ahead and show you a really quick resist, because this is resist. Can you see the snowflakes coming through beautifully here, but really quite soft? Now with resist techniques, you see, usually what you have to do is you have to stamp and emboss and ink and all of this lot. I like it to be quicker than that. So what I do is I use my watermark ink pad that I showed you before on one of the previous videos with the kaleidoscope powder. I'm just going to take my cleaned off stamp. I've just cleaned it off. I'm going to use it as an ink pad direct onto my stamp and just tap it, because you can do this. It just creates like a watermark if you want to use it. So just tap all over. Plain white card again. Just stamp this directly, and because it's a watermark ink pad, you're not really going to see it, so there's nothing really to show you, but your eye can see it at home if you're doing this yourself. Just do a squidge of ink, my tumbled glass again, a spritz of water, just to get it to larger blobs. You can see this now, like little raindrops. Then all I'm going to do with this, I've got the snowflake stamped on here. I'm not going to heat set it. I'm not going to do any embossing powders. I'm not going to do anything. This is just watermark ink pad on here. And I'm going to waft it in to my ink. So this is kind of like cleaning up. You're just using your leftover ink. You can see on there, and look at that. Because what it does, the watermark soaks up some of the ink, but it also resists it too. So your snowflakes come through. At the moment, they're all the blues. When it dries, it will go like that. So you can see the snowflakes in the background, but it is really, really soft. So you can stamp a message over the top, but that's how that works too. So that's the two techniques of that. You've got the resist with your watermark ink pad. No embossing powders, just watermark ink pad, and it creates this beautiful resist. And you've also got your watercolour stamping, just with your craft sheet, a spritz of water, and doing a wiggle with your stamp into your ink. And then with those matted together and a punched border in the background, a little bit of spotty ribbon, you can have a finished card. So the two colours that I used with this again are tumbled glass and crushed olive of the Distress Inks, and my snowflake medley stamp from Woodware. Okay, enjoy and experiment with the colours. It looks really nice if you do it as well with the Dusty Concord and tumbled glass. Mix up your colours a little bit and give it a go and experiment. You'll have great fun with that. So enjoy. See you soon.